Hey everyone, this is the English Dragon, and this is my video about the Intellivision. It was announced a while back now, but for some reason I haven't made a video until now, so I do apologise for that. But I think this could be a really cool console. I think it could be something really, really awesome. Now, I had no idea about this. It was a good friend of mine, another YouTuber, told me about it. And then I watched the live stream with Tommy, one of the creators industry veteran, and he was talking about it, and he was talking about all the things he wanted to do and stuff. And the one thing that made me kind of, sort of raise my eyebrow was he was saying that this console rather, would have its own version of already existing games. And that made me, it really did sort of raise my eyebrow, and it made me go, oh yes please, this is what I want. This is what I want from a console. A couple of years back, this is really weird because a couple of years back, I had got so bored with gaming, and I think it was at one of the E3s, 2017 or 2016 E3, and I just got so bored that games today look amazing. They look super realistic, super awesome, but they all look the same. The art style looks the same. So, Forza looks the same as Gran Turismo. Now they're great games, they're great racing games, but they just look the same. Aesthetically, they just look exactly the same. Very, very awesome looking, but they just look the same. They don't have a particular art style. And you have games like God of War, Tomb Raider, Last of Us, and all the rest of it, Gears of War, and they all just look the same. Super, super pretty graphics, yes, but they all just look the same. They don't seem to have their own distinctive art style. And then I thought to myself, how awesome would it be if another company came along with their own console, and they put games on there that were their versions of these games. Because I miss that. I miss the days of the SNES and the Mega Drive when you'd have a game come out on the SNES and it would come out on the Mega Drive and each version would be different. So if you were a SNES owner, you'd be like, yeah, awesome, I've got the SNES version. If you're a Mega Drive owner, you think the same. And I know a lot of people don't agree with this, but I really love the Soul Calibur 4 concept of if you have the PS3 version, you got Darth Vader, and if you got the 360 version, you get Yoda. Now, a lot of people probably said that, Darth Vader was, the coolest, but anyway. But I like that. I like it. I like the fact that each version was different. Because if there's one thing I can't stand is that, you have a game like, say, Injustice, which is a great game, and the Xbox One version and the PS4 version, there's no difference. There's no difference between them. There's nothing unique. There's no unique characters or anything like that. It's all the bloody same. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be awesome if there was like an Xbox version? If there was a PlayStation 4 version? How awesome would that be? And I know people are going to moan at me and say, yeah, well, you can't have that because online play, and that would mess up online play and all the rest of it. And I'm like, but it wouldn't. It wouldn't, because if you played someone, that's the thing. Even if you had sort of cross-play anyway, I don't see that as such a big issue, even though Sony are kind of like against it anyway. But anyway, back to the Intellivision. I love that concept. I love the idea that this thing could possibly run games that already exist, but its own version of games. So its own version of Minecraft, its own version of Virtua Fighter, maybe. Now, we don't know the specs of this thing. And I've got to say right now, I really, really do respect Tommy and everything the guys are talking about. And they really got my respect because they were so honest, they were so open. And they were like, yeah, this is what we want to do. We can't talk about this, but we can talk about this. And at least they were open and honest, which is more than I can say for some developers and some companies that just like to hold things back and they don't tell you anything. At least these guys genuinely, wanted to lay it all out there and wanted to let you know everything that they could tell you. I think they said that there'd be more news around October, I think. But I am actually really excited for the Intellivision console. I'm excited for this because I'm excited to see what they could do with it. They said about, what kind of games it can run. And I think Tommy said something about that it probably won't run something like, Far Cry, for instance. But that it would have its own unique spin on games, and that is what I want. That's what gaming's missing. The problem with gaming today is that everything's the same, everything looks the same, everything plays the same. Whereas I want exclusive things that play and look different. That's what I want. That's what I'm really interested in. Some would say, well, maybe I need to buy a Nintendo Switch then. Possibly. But But I've wanted this for such a long time. I've wanted a console that would give you something different. You know, and I think that's why I'm kind of somewhat attracted to the Atari VCS as well. You know, and that's something else I'm going to talk about in another video. But guys, thank you. Thank you so much for watching, as always. And let me know about the Intellivision console. Are you going to buy one? Are you interested in it? You know, and what would make you want to purchase it? What would make you purchase it? Shove it down there in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe, of course, only if you want to. But for the time being, this is the English Dragon saying to you, sayonara.